had your whole face in the camera.
Oh, just
Did you check the?
What's called? Is his face in the camera? Is it?
Yeah, no, just as so long as it's that weight.
Yeah, it's calm
should
down.
be calm.
It picks up nicely, yeah?
Yeah,
it picks up lovely.
Bro,
Is that okay?
We've used this for 6 people.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it there on the playback.
Sure.
Oh, we left?
Yeah.
Oh, it's recording. Okay.
Fuck the white man.
Yeah.
Fuck the white man.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I realized that I have a huge problem with authority.
We knew that, but how'd you come back to that realization?
But I showed you guys the message from this morning, didn't it?
Yeah, no, that was aggressive.
And
That was you know when they do passive aggressive at work, yeah?
Yeah.
It wasn't even passive.
Oh, yeah, just aggressive.
He just told him stop being a bozo. Stop being a bozo.
Stop being dumb.
He said be clever.
Yeah,
He said
bro.
be clever.
Read the message. Read
What
the
is
message.
it?
I personally,
And you're big like that. All right, okay.
I personally would not have it. Nah, that was rude. No, that was rude.
You need to follow instructions.
so this is
Oh, yeah.
this is the thing, yeah.
He said be clever.
This is the thing that the white man needs to understand. I don't mind getting fired. So the thing is, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Yes.
If you threaten me, I will just continue to do what I'm doing. And see
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Like I remember at my last
You're
job.
calling out their bluff.
No, yeah. 'Cause you're not gonna fire me.
Okay.
Do you know how hard it is to fire somebody?
Okay.
You have to give me warning number 1, warning number 2, warning number 3, and then come and fire
Are
me.
you not a contractor?
Yeah, and
I've recently just seen someone at work contractor get Lego. It was like
yeah,
that,
that's
bro.
cool. But they need me more than I need them.
This guy thinks he has the leverage.
No,
as a contractor.
You know what? It's if I was in a different position, I would.
You mean
I
permanent?
I concede.
Yeah.
However, I'm not in a different position.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
one of
You
those
know you
positions-
have the leverage.
You know one of those
Yeah,
positions
yeah.
where we've been talking on these team meetings saying that you're finding it hard to find people.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
I know your secrets. Yeah.
I'm here now. Continue. Like at my last job, I used to come in 40 minutes late, like just casually in it. But like then it became a thing where it became a thing, and then they started chatting to me. All right, cool. I'll come in late, see what you do.
What they do?
They dragged me into a meeting, and one of my managers emailed me, said, "Oh, fund account to start at 9 a.m." and that's it. So
Nah,
don't
look at
chat
that
to me like I'm gonna
a
do
9
something.
to 5 maverick.
Nah.
I'm not saying follow instructions is rude.
Bro,
though.
and you know the funniest thing about it, yeah? The instructions that he told me to follow, he didn't even give those instructions.
That's
I
work.
love
They
this.
tell you to figure things out, and
Yeah.
then if you don't figure it out the way they want you to figure it out, you just
Bro,
somebody else knows
this
about
is
it.
the thing, yeah. I've been calm. I've been very, very calm. I'm not gonna lie to you. I take my liberties.
Yeah.
Like there's certain things like, bro, if I log in at 9:15, allow me. Because you know what? I will also log in. I'll log out at 6 o'clock when I don't have to log out at 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? That's
So
my
you'll
thing.
make up for it. You'll make up for it.
That's my thing.
Let me work on my time.
I will
in your
always,
company.
I will always do give and
I hear it. It's valuable.
bro. I will always do give and take. Do you get what I mean? If I take the piss and I come in an hour late, I'll work an hour to make it up. Or do you get what I'm saying? Or those days where I'm in the middle of something, I could leave now, but let me give you 15 minutes and do this extra thing. Because if you want to close the laptop at half five, we can really do this thing. And at the end of the day,
Bro,
at the end of the day,
bro.
right? If you lose this client, you're losing millions. I'll find another job, brother.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Do you get what I mean?
So in their home, yeah, where they work, in their company, you have the leverage.
Yeah.
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 Unless
This man thinks he has leverage in the contract. Like, we're allowed this.
That's like the guy in the fight having no gun thinking he has the power.
But this is the thing, right?
Okay,
right
talk
now
to me.
it's a candidate market. Like, bro, I've got recruiters in my DMs moving to me like I'm a leng girl. So that's number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mad.
Number two, you already have a bad reputation in the market. Like your reputation is ass.
Who do you work for, bro?
By the next episode, he won't have a job. He won't have a
Police. But he knows we're not editing this. So I don't know if he wants to keep going. He wants to keep going.
Yeah.
What's called? This is the thing. I've been into the office twice. Only maybe 2 people know my face.
Okay.
So that's calm. You don't know who I am, and also my legal name is different from my name online.
Right, I hear it. I love that.
Do you think
That's like your John, isn't it?
Y'all know who John is, right?
Do you get what I mean?
Do you think if you caught that manager on site, he wouldn't talk to you like that?
100%.
Because they don't, man.
Yeah, they
a lot of them are Microsoft gangsters.
This is
A
the
lot
thing.
of them are
right?
Outlook gangsters, man.
The funny thing about it is, right? I don't know why he's giving me this smoke because me and him are cool. Like we're actually cool. But
that's it.
But he's and
That's
the thing is,
Because he got in trouble.
Yeah.
but- and that's cool. Like I don't like the thing is I will take all responsibility. Like I don't want anybody to take responsibility for if I fucked up. If I fuck up, I'll even go to client and say that was my bad. I fucked up. Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're not going to beat me.
There we go.
Oh, jeez.
Like at the end of the day, you're not going to beat me. And the reason why I say in this situation I have the leverage is because we're understaffed already. By the time that you replace me to find someone to do the same job as me, you're staying in. You, the same person that's giving out to me, is going to be the one doing the work again. You don't have that time. So watch how you talk to man. That's it.
That's okay.
You know.
Bro, no, this is the thing. As soon as I got that message, my first instinct was, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch House of Dragons and I'm not doing shit today.
Right.
And I barely
Watch
did
the
anything
House of
today.
Dragons anyway.
Right.
Cold.
But listen, he said, how do I professionally tell this guy to fuck off? I was like, as per my last email.
You know, no, because you know what I don't like as well is this person is CC'd on the email. So what? I don't give a fuck about this person. Like, move, man.
Anyways, let's do the intro. Anyways, we're here. We are Chargers to the Game. As you already know, we are the podcast with the highest level of analysis that the culture needs. I'm Uncle J, but you can call me Jordan. I'm here with...
No, it's your girl's favorite voice nigga with the Midas touch, Big Didge.
Second most light skin on the podcast, Dave underscore without the I.
And who we got today, bro?
Wait, real quick. Underscore without the I.
Oh, I fucked up. Wait. Run that back.
You see how our intro is cold, yeah? Me and Jordan get through it smooth.
Wait. That was hell. Dave underscore Smith without the I.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many times have you done that?
Bro, this is the first time I fucked it up. That's not fair.
What?
That's the first time I fucked up my intro. I fucked up the intro, but I haven't fucked up my intro. So let's get things straight, please.
The other one he didn't fuck up. He thought he was like the one when Snow was here. He thought he was coming on smoke. I can deadlift your dad. I can deadlift your mom.
Do you know what happened to me? Do you know what I need to... this isn't my charger, but... rotator cuff forgot me.
What's
Your what?
My rotator cuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you can't deadlift the auntie no more.
Yeah. We look like we're on track for powerlifting 2023 with the clean jerk.
We didn't even introduce our guests. Who we got?
Oh, yeah, boy. It's your boy, this is KD. I wish I had a sick intro, but I just say it's your boy KD.
But that's a good... I actually have a question to start
one.
this pod, yeah? Do you subscribe to the idea that finding a hard woman is harder than finding a hard man?
Finding a hard woman.
Finding a good
hard
woman.
woman? I don't
Sorry.
know.
I see I fucked up or something.
Hopefully I don't
It's
find it
harder
hard.
to find... It's harder to find a good woman than it is to find a good man. Do you guys subscribe to that idea?
Low-key, yeah.
Harder to find a good woman.
Yeah,
You went in with the probing question, man. He just got his intro off.
Yeah, it's for... We can talk about this.
Just to log in. I think it is... Yeah, it's easier to find. A good woman.
Do you know why I think that is, though?
Why?
Because the bar to be... If we base on social media and all that stuff, the bar to being a good man is higher, if you get what I'm saying, than to being a good... If most of us, yeah, if she's lang and she's not annoying...
Okay, real quick about being a good man, yeah. Who set the standard first? So is it the woman that set the standard or is it the man? And now, because according to if it's us sitting in this room and I'm like, you say you go to work every day and you clock in at 9 o'clock, right? You're a better man than him.
boy.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're just a good man. So that's our standard. But now if they're saying, well, you have to do this and do that. So whose standard are we going by?
That's the standard I was going by.
Subjective. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If I go on Twitter, they'll tell you have to be 6 foot. You have to be God fearing.
Cancel me.
You have to be God fearing.
I hate to be
You have to what?
Short-man problems can never be me.
You have to earn a certain amount of salary.
Damn.
You have to have a job like this. Because I've had a situation where I was working with a girl in my previous place, and she was Tindering a guy. The guy she said she liked him, but because of his job, it was a stumbling block. Like, even though she liked him.
Like, what's he doing? Is he a bin man or something? Like, unless
He worked in retail. But because she was working at Pfizer, so she felt like...
Could be a manager.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
But he wasn't. But he wasn't.
Hey, listen, he's making a living somehow.
The bar for her, because I was like, if that was reversed, if you are working in a quote-unquote in society what is considered a higher-end job,
Yeah.
and the girl is lang and she's not annoying, even if she's working in retail, a lot of men would be like, as long as that's a
Bro,
good starting point for me.
Matters, bro.
Yeah,
that's a good starting point for
do
me.
you feel like the older you get, like you don't care about the leng anymore as much.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
yeah.
care about the leng.
That doesn't
have to be leng.
Wait, I heard that she has to be leng, yeah. But like, have you not talked to some girls? Like, okay, I've dealt with some girls. That
Yeah.
serious bread.
Yeah.
But then, like, you talk to them, you get to know them a little bit.
Substance.
I like the lengness out of the window, bro.
Yeah.
What age did
I've
you
had
get to? What age did you get to before you came to a realization?
Well, last year, man.
No, I hear what you're saying though. It is the older you get, because you want the peace aspect and the look aspect can like start to weigh before you're just like
Yeah.
Okay, do you know, so when I was in secondary school, like first year, I had a guy. He's like, I think he's a creep. Anyways, there's this guy that I think is a creep. But he said to me one thing that never left me. Right, he was in college, and he goes, because he was going after some chick, and she was like big, like quite big, and we were like, you know when like you're in secondary school, you're looking at like that she's ugly.
Yeah.
And he goes, bro. He said to us, bro, don't worry. When you get to my age, these type of things will become normal. And we were like, we were like, no, there's no way.
Why did he say it like that? Though?
Yeah. He said, that's why they call him a creep.
Yeah.
But it stuck with me because I won't lie to you boys. The older, not that same chick.
Yeah.
But the older I got,
the concept makes sense.
boys, right. So real quick, you know about the length thing,
Yeah.
So when you're on Instagram, you're looking at the like Instagram body. She's like
I don't
mad.
know that, bro.
Right, not you, not
what I mean? Married
right.
man, you know.
Even me, I don't watch it. Me,
Yeah. For research purposes.
For research,
But what you've heard, from what you've
what I
heard.
heard. No, but you know those ones that like did, okay, that's a clear 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But when you were younger, like, oh my god, that's so crazy. The older you get, right? When I say men's standard drop drastically in terms of like if it's available.
Yikes. Man said, one day you hit 25 and say, yo, anything? My man said, anything is a goal.
Well, maybe it happened for you, man, but it happened for me was all that girl's like, do you know what?
Yeah.
She breathing.
This guy's
You're mad.
Wait, you have a girl, no?
I got a girl, I'm good now. But I was telling you, like, this
He
is
said
like
when it was in the streets,
But when you're in the streets,
world, yeah.
No, I don't think I've been there, bro. Because I wasn't old enough.
sure.
I wasn't old enough.
I also do think it's just that certain things that you cared about super when you were younger, you don't care about as much. So like the things that you looked at as like, oh, she can never be this. It's like, if she's that, it's not the worst thing.
I'm jealous of guys that put in early stocks.
What you mean?
In early stocks
was
into
on
the
the
girl.
road from
They clock the girl from early, elite scouting. So do you ever see couples that are together when we're like 25 or whatever, and you're like, oh, what's she doing with him?
Yeah. And then
you go back to their Facebook 10 years ago. They were still together, except she wasn't looking like that.
Yeah.
Bro!
Yeah.
Elite level scouting. Elite scouting.
Do you know how many
Bro!
girls? Do you know how many girls I've spoke to and they're like, when they were in school, they used to get picked on by these guys and used to be called ugly by these guys. Those same niggas are the ones that are in their DMs now.
One guy took a bet on her. Imagine.
They did.
bro, that's crazy.
Imagine.
You know what's crazy? I remember watching How I Met Your Mother, right? And Barney used to do this thing where he'd go to the gym and he'd be nice to all the fat girls. And he's like, look, some of them will stay fat, but some of them won't stay fat.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
he's putting in the work early.
It's a numbers game.
Some of them have dynamic potential. Like it may change with the seasons. Like,
But-
it's not their ultimate overall.
What constitutes of a good woman to you? I'm actually interested. At this age now.
Going back to the good woman thing, right? For me, it's mainly about the peace aspect and how understanding she is.
Yeah.
Bro, like I'm at a stage where I'm doing so much in my life, and for me, this is for David, right? I'm doing so many things in my life. I'm trying to put my hand in so many, like my eggs in so many different baskets.
Yeah.
I need you to be able to understand what it is, and potentially who you are with, who you're with right now, and who I may potentially become. Also, the same vice versa. I've got to understand who you are right now and who you're gonna potentially become. Obviously, I can't pinpoint it, but if, for example, if I'm flipping, getting loads of small acting roles at the moment, right? Well, I have potential possibly
To become Brad
be
Pitt.
right, maybe one day, and then the life that comes with me being Brad Pitt comes with maybe I'm gonna be gone for 3-6 months shooting a movie. If she doesn't understand that right now, then you're not a good girl to me. Like,
I know. I fully get you.
right?
Yeah, I
So
fully get you.
like understanding, and she needs to be So there was this thing I saw as an article before I started going out with my girl at the moment. Well, my girl. I'm not gonna say at the moment.
I'm not deleting. You're not deleting anything.
No, it's cool. That's cool. I get in trouble all the time. I'm good. But she's the first child, and I'm the first child.
Yeah,
so it was the articles like of these are the best matches in like relationships.
Same my situation as well.
Right, yeah, because we're like firstborns are usually understanding of.
He's like trauma share, is it?
Right, right. You know what I mean.
That's it,
so
though.
so we concede a lot because because we just want the betterment of this situation. You know what I mean? So it's like so that's why we
Send me
match.
the article, will you?
Yeah, it was in 2020. I can't. But it was one of those things like when I realized that okay, she's a good match for me. That was good for me. Now there's other girls who like other stuff and have these other qualities. I don't really care too much about it.
But
you know what I mean? For me, good is understanding and just peaceful, knows how to navigate through situations.
It's interesting you've said that because obviously this on this small scale, this content thing, we're trying to like ramp it.
Yeah.
So I'm out of the house more and more, and a part of me feels kind of like guilty that maybe I should be at home more, spend more time with her.
Yeah.
But I also understand that you got to put the work into this. And I can already see from the beginning, no, she's actually like understanding. She'll understand that, like, because apart from the content, I don't really leave my house to go clubs or whatever.
Right.
So even when the fact that you said, I was like, oh, maybe that's where the understanding comes from because she's firstborn, and some days I'm like, I was out basically the whole weekend I spent with these guys. I wasn't at home with her, and then again today I'm here, and she's home alone again. So I'd never kind of saw the dynamic. I was like, okay, that comes from maybe she had to give a lot being the firstborn. She had to look after. The younger ones be like, no, they put themselves and the betterment of themselves. So that's a real interesting way
it's
to
that
look at
thing
it.
though. Everyone girls like the idea sometimes of their man being this successful dude.
Yeah.
you
But
have
what
the
comes
They
with
they don't know what comes with it.
have no clue.
Because I always say people. Everything you want comes with the dark side.
Yeah.
People only ever want the light side. You want a guy that's super successful and super rich. You know what the dark side of that? He probably won't have your time.
Do you get what I mean?
Like you want a girl that's super leng, bro. She's linked to everybody.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna get moved to all the time.
Can you handle a bad bitch?
Do you get what I'm saying? It literally is that, and people always look at the great thing that they want. Oh, I want a guy that's gonna buy me all this. I want this. I want a girl that's gonna do all of this. Brother, something comes with that. It doesn't. It's not just
Something's gotta give.
roses.
So
Something's gotta give,
we do have good women, okay? Because they
100%.
they do understand the long haul of this podcast thing. Because even my girlfriend, okay, we've done about 3 podcasts in a week or something. 3 podcasts in a week.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her. Now get this, she's going Manny this weekend.
Sick.
So imagine, I could have been with any other girl that I'm off the whole 2 weeks doing podcasts, and now she's going to Manny with a single friend. Imagine if that was any other girl. Imagine if that was any other girl. You were just doing podcasts all week and then you know me crazy. Do you know what I mean? So I'm literally just
I was lonely.
I'm literally just like, you know what I mean? So like, just it's just little intricate things like that. Like she understands what I'm doing for the podcast because she said to me she hasn't seen me. Do you know what I mean? So it's literally just like I just have to do it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Dave
I'm
was
telling
telling me on the way here, I was like, you better explain to my girl what we're doing this week. You better go in there and tell her what's happening over here.
See the thing with that as well, right? You look at we see our girls are understanding now. Yeah, I had a conversation about what if it's not like this. Right now I'm busy. I literally went to take a break just 2 days on Sunday and I came back yesterday. I literally just went by myself.
Oh wow!
Because I was that burnt out.
Yeah.
So I literally just went to take a break and I was like, can you understand? Like this is just at this level.
Yeah.
My plan is for this to go crazy.
where you're doing it every day.
So if this goes crazy, can you
handle it?
Mm.
Like?
fathom the fact that this man might be
Do you think it's easier to understand if you provide not that they fully understand, if you provide a certain lifestyle for them too?
100%.
Then they can firm
But
it
you're not
more.
providing
You're
the
allowed
lifestyle,
to be
but-
David Beckham if I can live soft life at home.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm coming home. I want to talk about Becky, that bitch from work.
Yeah.
You're not here. You're going to go and talk to this Len girl over here.
That's why we call them ride or die. Is really like if you're able to ride when I'm like literally every day in the studio recording all these type of things there, and then when it finally, blows, that's why I call you my ride or die, because you rode with me well.
Would you not at that stage, would you not trade up as well?
Yeah, the internet will say you trade her in for a white woman.
Trade up if you blow up or you're not out.
I trying to get him as a
I'm asking a guest questions.
Yeah, a little upgrade.
No, it's not
like
upgrade.
if you're at that level now.
Okay.
If you're at that level now, Paige, who you say is God's gift, she's hitting you up.
Paige is in my DM.
She's in your DMs.
You know, Bob.
You've blown. You're in these rooms. You're at Love Island parties. Paige is like, I heard you say I'm God's gift. You know.
Yeah, no, the honest truth, bro. I'm sticking. This is one of the podcasts right now. I'm sticking with the missus.
But it actually is crazy. But like that, is it easy to be on this side and say, oh yeah, you're understanding, but when it's her turn, are you understanding? Are you man understanding?
Yeah, I think I will be, because in my relationship anyways, I've always pushed my missus to be the most she can be and the best version of herself. Like, I don't believe in, like, when I see people that are controlling or restrictive, I'm like, you will not get the best version of someone if you try to, like, restrict them or control them and you don't let them. It's also their own life.
For sure.
And I think I owe her to her to an extent. We're all going to have to make sacrifices to explore if you can be the ultimate version of her that she can be. So if she had dreams and aspirations and she was pushing for it, and I was on I would offer I think I would offer the same understanding, because I look at it as like, that's my family now.
Yeah.
Why would I want that for my sisters, my brothers? Would I want you to go out there and aspire to be the best you can be?
For sure.
If you put the work in, I would want that for my family, and she's my family now. So
And let's face it, if you were to restrict me, I'd have more of like a tendency to lie around it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, babe, I'm just going out for a walk around the corner. Like, yo, Jordan, pick me up at this stage. We record, we come back. Do you know what I mean? So there's no point in doing it. Just restricting someone so much, because they're gonna have more kind of like propensity to do, like to sneak off and do it. Do you know what I mean? Or do something else. So
I got it.
Go.
So let's say, you guys have girls in it. So,
You're on the single team.
Come on, bro. Out here.
For now.
What, M50?
What you mean, come on, bro?
You're on the M50 or?
Brother, in the
you're
streets.
the N7?
Bro. In the streets.
All right, you're lying down on the M. He's on the right lane. Love it.
Fast lane still.
Fast lane.
But okay, right now, obviously we're doing this content thing. It feels a bit grimy at times. Sometimes someone might pop off. That's when you have to get them on the pod, innit?
Yeah, for
Someone your girl doesn't like. She says,
Bro.
Do you know what? Real quick, I'll say this, yeah. So there's someone I was dealing with.
you know when you have to rub your face.
I will say this, KD. You understand content. You get it. You get content.
I know, and this is the thing, I do this and I get in trouble sometimes, but like it's worth it sometimes, you know.
Oh,
but
for sure.
for sure. I was dealing with someone, but the person kind of had a little bit of a break, TikTok. People talking about this person. It was a bit of a movement. And it makes sense. Why not pull this person on the thing?
Controversy.
Right?
Yeah.
I wanted to. Oh. Yeah, no. I actually had to,
Would you live with your missus?
I don't live with her, no.
Yeah, no. Say, I wouldn't. I would tell the boys, you mans get her on, yeah. I'm coming that way because I know it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
I can miss an episode.
Yeah,
if someone is popping,
you might catch a Rico.
you might.
That's fine.
Let me catch a Rico.
No, it's easy to catch Rico because you could be like, I didn't go.
Yeah.
I love you.
No. It's beneficial for the podcast. So I'm willing to sit it out. I'm like, yo, if this girl is popping, if Eve is popping, you guys get Eve on. You stop to Eve. Say Jordan had to travel. Let the clips pop. Let the followers pop. I'm back next week.
You're about to catch the braziest Rico charge. So when I click on it, it says Jordan, Dave. You're there.
I'm not there.
Obviously, use planned and conspired to get this guest on together.
Yeah.
So you're just totally blind to it.
No.
I
will say the boys.
Trying to sit there watching it like, oh shit, they got her.
No.
This
I'll be honest about it. I said the guys got her on, but I'm not doing that.
No, this
you don't understand it, right?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, it's like a protest.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm throwing you guys under the bus. I was outvoted, babe. It was 2-1. There's nothing I could do it.
Are you showing up to the podcast though?
No.
In the end, you didn't get the person on.
No, couldn't even try it.
Would you not let Tommy and Snow do the episode and you say?
Of course I would, but like Come on, man. I'm the main character.
I would have to be there.
You can't even promote it by the time this episode's out there. The show's finished. The show's finished.
I actually wanted to real quick, man. Like, I know you. So you've been doing. I was listening to the pod with Nessa and Goody.
Yeah.
Wild. You man are crazy.
Who's you, man?
Everybody.
It's
You
them,
man were drunk in it.
I was driving,
were
bro.
drunk.
I was
I was
driving,
My
bro.
words.
You were good?
I was good.
My words were slurring. To be fair.
Nesser, this guy and God were gone.
But you know what? You man, like the way you man was saying it was like, oh, we're not drinking again on the pod. I thought that was a brilliant episode.
Oh no,
I'm
bro.
uncle.
We've
I'm
been
uncle.
loading that.
You think they'll listen to me?
Brilliant.
They'll bring alcohol again. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
They're adults.
Bro,
It was brilliant.
Bring your wife as designated driver so we can do it.
Yeah.
But no,
Be
it was,
serious.
I was gonna say like and I remember you saying like you've been doing pod for a long time. You man were doing pods as well.
Yeah.
Tree at the back. Was
Three
it?
at the back, yeah. With
Yeah.
Joe. Shout out
And-
Joe.
But like I feel like this thing what you have going on right now,
Yeah.
Treasures the Game, is it.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
think you man
appreciate
should just keep going. That's where you begin to see your break.
Let me give you your credit. It's because you guys, to credit you set the bar. This is the bar now.
Yeah.
So if you want to do this, proper, you guys show up every week. You have the visuals, you have the clips. So I started to these mans. I'm like, that's the bar. Like not like a
Yeah,
we
for
want
sure.
to envy them things. Like this
Yeah.
is the bar.
Yeah,
If we're
yeah.
gonna do it at all, if we can't match that, what's the point? Because I'm listening to the Irish scene, just the music now. I listened to Mia Khalifa, and then I saw Officer's new thing.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, that's the bar now.
For sure.
If you're
Yeah.
gonna do music,
You gotta be
levels have changed. So that's credit to
Do
you,
you
man.
know how many times we've been in meetings like, lads, we need to get this shit right. Look at where's your head at. Like this is like
because
because the formula is there.
Yeah.
The minimum requirement for us, like when we were starting it, was boys. The minimum we're gonna show up every single week, and like people don't understand what commitment means sometimes. When you say commitment, like commitment is not based on your feelings.
Your feelings.
It's like gym. It's like doing it when you don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's
you
actually
do
where
not wanna do it.
Exactly, that's where you actually become a better podcaster and everything.
Yeah.
Because there's days, there's days you come in here, you're like
Today.
right?
But when I had a conversation, I was saying it to Dave driving, I was like, the way that I feel like I don't want to do this, I'm gonna enjoy this. And then when we're having the little chat outside, just to get, I was like, nah, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna enjoy
Like
this.
you, no good.
No, yeah, but just to put in it was like, it really was because me and Deji were at your live show, and I was like, Deji, if we're gonna do it at all, and we can't, what's the point? You know, the kind of way to just, it was iron sharpen. I watch a lot of MMA, they say iron sharpens iron.
Yeah,
if
that's
the
in the
bar
Bible.
is still here, because initially we were just doing audio, put it out, because there was no levels. When the levels change,
Bro.
either you meet expectations or you give up, or you let it go.
And
you know?
it's every day looking at your content and saying like I look at I even as detailed as like set design. I look at the backgrounds for both of us, and each week I'm like,
I'm that weirdo.
yeah.
They just becoming like that too.
Yeah, he's picking up on
But when
it.
you become meticulous about the 1%,
Yeah.
then over time everyone's like, oh geez, your thing looks sick, you know. And then you're like, you don't even notice that it had a massive drastic change.
Yeah.
But you look at your first video, episode 1, and you look at flipping.
Because it's about looking the part. Like it's all good and well doing it in your room. You could do a 10 out of 10 in your room. Do you know what I mean? Which right, you have the intangibles nailed down. But this shit is looking like a crack house right now. The area you're doing a podcast in, do you know? Not this place, but like it's about looking the part. Like, do you know?
I saw a video of when I was doing DM podcast and like just in my house I was like, what we have now?
You can't once you do it, you can't go back to it. You can't go back to it.
Always got to do this.
Yeah.
No good. Why'd you stop rapping?
Bro, that's a good question.
Wait, he was a rapper.
You didn't know?
Yeah, gospel
David was a
rapper.
Yeah, I was doing
Yeah,
gospel, then I
yeah,
slid
gospel
into a
rap,
bit of secular there.
Yeah.
No, I was I've not stopped rapping. I'm still in the studio.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the studio more than.
What's wrong with this man? They just hoard music. They never put anything out, man.
And I'm not even not on an arrogant thing. I do think I'm the best in the country. Like no, that's not even.
say you're the DJ
I
rappers.
say not being arrogant,
Yeah.
but at the same time I gotta give myself the flowers.
He said I have range.
I don't
Best
think.
of what though? Best of what? Gospel rap or rap?
No rap, bro.
So you're the Jesse of rappers.
Jesse's good, man. But I'm better than
No, I
Jesse
remember
if
the
Jesse
whole
was a
rap
rapper.
thing.
I know what you mean.
I remember the whole rap thing could have taken off for you because I remember you did like a slight motive feature. Yeah. I remember that back in the day.
No, it was like the only reason that I'm you take whatever you want to take from that, but I'm like I don't feel like anyone thinks like me in rap.
What you mean?
Damn.
What you mean?
Like he means
What do
like
you mean
when
by
he
that?
raps.
I was talking to somebody. I was talking to one of my guys, literally like a month ago, and I was like, I've been out of the rap thing for like 3 years.
Yeah.
2019, I dropped my last thing, but I've been out for about 3 years, and I still haven't found anybody that's as sick as me.
See, the thing is,
You know what?
the thing is,
You know that?
I would love to sit here and back you up, but until you bring out that track,
Everyone's saying it to me.
until you bring out that track,
They would bring out the track, and I'm like,
You said you was like, yeah, wasters.
yeah. No. I think obviously, look, what you were saying earlier, I love what I'm seeing in the scene at the moment.
Yeah.
But the reason, okay, I'll tell you the truth. Right? The reason I stopped rapping, was because I was getting upset.
Jeez.
that's when the best songs come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was getting upset like at the people that were making it. It became an envious thing, so I had to step out of it.
Wait.
Who upset you that made
Wait,
it?
please elaborate on this.
Because he doesn't have to say it.
No, but I hear what you're saying. No, the scene was very different. Like a few years ago, like people were just like in 2018, 2019, and that people were literally just making podcasts to make podcasts. People are just rapping just to rap.
Yeah.
So I can see the discrepancies there that you were pissed off about. Because I used to look and go, these guys are because I was podcasting back then. I was like, these guys are just podding the pod. Like, do you know what I mean? They're just like, we had one good conversation. Let's go out a podcast. It's the same with rapping. Like these guys are just like I met bro. Do you remember the SU?
Yeah.
I want to know. I think I know a particular rapper. Yeah. I remember we were having a conversation about rap.
yeah.
And he didn't know none of these rappers. He didn't know none of these rappers.
No?
No, I'll say it, Mike. I'll say it, Mike. Yeah. But we're up in the top room, you know, the Genie Johnson or whatever like that. We're all chatting about rap. This guy doesn't know any rappers. I'm like, okay, fair enough. You know, he's probably not with rap. He's probably listening to different things. A few months later, like, they're calling him one of the hottest rappers in Ireland. And I'm like,
Yeah, them ones.
I'm like, see, I can't help but think.
That was my frustration, bro. That was my frustration. It was like, I know, like, hands down, I think there's probably a handful, 5 really good rappers in the country.
Name them.
Jafaris, Lilo,
Okay.
from Her Squared. When I say really, really good, do you know what? I look at Cello and I'm like, he's actually really good.
No, Cello's
Cello's
a star.
Cello's really
I
good.
watched his video,
No doubt.
this guy's a star.
Cello-
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Cello is gonna be gone.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
guy is a
in the
star.
next couple in a year or so.
Rappers. And there's some
You can't name 5.
I can't even name 5, bro. Listen, and the rest is not that the rest are rubbish. They're just not elite. They're not. They're not.
So that's elite.
Yeah.
Who's good? Name 2 that are good.
Oh, like
You can name bare people.
yeah, bro. Evans
okay,
Jr.,
okay.
JLOL. There's loads of them that are like
Yeah.
really good rappers.
Yeah.
But when I think about like wordplay, storytelling,
What
your
about George
metaphors-
II?
What's this kid's name?
what's his name?
George II, remember him?
Yeah, I
He was
think he's
dropping
good.
stuff
Yeah.
on
Do you know who's cold as well? What's his name? Oh, I've only heard one track. Him and Damola, Samojo.
Samojo.
Cold, bro. Him and Damola has one track. Like,
Yeah.
the way they're
Is it with
flowing
Dread
in.
Samojo?
Yeah.
Lads.
Wait, where did he go?
Exactly.
His flaw was he wasn't dropping music.
Exactly. But that's the thing.
I remember he used to freestyle.
Exactly.
And it's just
He'd
like,
be in
it
town.
was-
He'd be like Grafton Street just rapping.
Just rapping casually.
freestyling. And I'll walk up and he'd be like, yeah, David.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
But like I was getting frustrated at the fact that like these man, like Hair Squad had a moment where they were doing a crazy thing. Jafaris had his moment when he was doing the man.
just go
Why did
Yeah.
why did he stop? That Stride album was so good. I just where is he?
I was like, Jafar is just gonna take us to
Yeah.
the promised land.
We're not in an
Yeah.
era of talent at the moment, boys. This
Sorry,
is
what you- I
not. This is
just-
not the talent era at the moment.
Okay, what? It's the era of what?
What vibe and hype, bro?
But this is the thing. Do you not feel like good music will always rise?
Yes, it will. That's what I'm saying. Like at this moment, it's what is gonna pop on TikTok. But we're eventually gonna get back to the place where, like, do you know what? Like that's why Beyonce's been here for so long. Talent is always gonna remain.
Right,
but
Primo's rise to the crowd.
yeah,
I would say, give them the TikTok shit. Once you get there, do what you want to do. Like, what's
Yeah,
her
for
name?
sure.
Doja Cat. Bitch, I'm a
Central
cow.
C.
Move.
Oh yeah.
what was
And then that was the song that popped her. And then she was
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, now that I'm here, you guys, I have your attention. Let me show you that I'm actually an artist.
She's good. Yeah.
So sometimes you just need to, like, get the eyes on you. Once you get the eyes on you,
Are you saying
go.
translation, aim for the hit?
Not aim for the hit, but, like, if you, like, sometimes give the people what they want. Do you get what I'm saying? Because sometimes
Which is the hit, though?
Okay, but what I'm saying, right, is that you have these talented rappers that, like, you get upset that people are popping, that you're not popping, and then you stop releasing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you just kept going, you never know if you're gonna get
100%.
those
But
views.
My thing was I wasn't even stopping because I was like I was stopping because I wasn't going into the studio with good intentions.
Yeah.
Like I'm there like these other rappers are stupid and like, do you know what I mean? I'm just
Coming
thinking
across bitter.
I'm like Joe Budden now. Do you know what I mean? I'm not standing here like these young rappers when instead I'm supposed to like
Embrace
them. Like
Yeah,
you man.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm talking to Cello every other day in the studio because he's around in Jungle Beam. And he's telling me how he was listening to me like while he was like coming up in the
He
thing.
loves the culture.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he was like, yo,
yeah.
bro, you, Evans Jr., Andre, like I was looking at you, man. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, but I was obviously not with Cello, but I'm looking at some other rappers like, you man are just like coming out here doing your ABC rap, and then everyone's like going crazy over it. So I had to take myself out of the equation, and it allowed me then to like, okay, evaluate why I'm doing this, why I want to do this. And then, like, most importantly, like, come into my own sound. Because I was, like, I was rapping in a heavy Hackney accent, boys.
You're from Clondalkin.
Like, I'm like, heavy Hackney accent. I was proper, like, you know, doing the whole London thing.
At least you're honest about it, though.
Yeah, no. So,
Yeah,
and then you realize, like, someone like Cello comes along and he just comes in with a dub accent.
Bro, he's saying Tish Mahori.
Tish
as a
Mahori,
bar.
and I'm
You
thinking,
said got you in the
what?
bus 13.
Yeah, and I'm thinking,
going on?
this is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
then it made me like, oh, let me go back into the studio and develop the sound.
Yeah.
Now when I'm gonna eventually release music, I could genuinely say I'm not doing it for the masses.
But are you saying that because the podcast is doing what it's doing?
Exactly.
Fair. Fair.
Exactly.
And doing the podcast, realizing I could be my authentic self and people will fuck with it. That's what's
giving me the joy, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
able to
yeah,
sit here, not to put on a stupid accent. I'm allowed to talk about what I want to talk about, and I put it out to my own audience, not through Spotify and hope that it's on Spotify, but you're hoping that it gets picked up by a playlist or whatever. I'm just putting out to people that genuinely want to listen to me, right? So I feel like that is my kind of my bag. Music is my passion. Where I'm like, you know, I'm putting that out to people. Like Deji was like, "Where's your music gone?" And Deji could be like, "Oh, David has some music, and he can enjoy that for himself on SoundCloud." I'm even gonna put it on a Spotify thing. It's gonna enjoy it on SoundCloud for people that really care about my music.
Yeah, that's a bit like podcasting because I remember, God, man, we used to throw everything at the wall. Like at the start of this thing, like I even think back in cringe sometimes when like I'd think of a topic and I do my research about it just to talk about the topic. And bro, I didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, I did not want to talk about it. So like we used to just throw everything at the wall. Okay, this is what's generating conversation right now. And then one day we just went, guys, let's just talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's when we started getting the whole recognition, like the small flowers for different things. It's like, oh yeah, because when you are talking, it feels like these kind of infant like podcast listeners. They're like, when you're talking, it feels like I'm in the room with you and stuff like that. But that's what you want. You don't want to be
supposed to do.
bro, right? Like it's supposed to be the simplicity of it. Like it's not supposed to be we're sitting here talking about politics or talking about religion or talking about this or that. We don't care. What people want, what we want people to get familiar with is our own authentic selves. Like that's really it. Like,
and you get labeled, I've heard on other podcasts, I've heard from you, so if you get labeled man of God and you have open circle, you have that other endeavors, but you also do a podcast where you talk wild.
Yeah, for sure.
When those do you ever get called out on that or get called a hypocrite or people look at you funny?
I'm sure people in their homes, and that's actually asking me the same thing. I'm sure people in private, someone was probably looking at me like, this dude is weird. I swear he like leads a thing like a youth ministry, and this youth ministry isn't like, again, it might come across crazy, but like it's probably the biggest young adult ministry. Probably, yeah,
bro. I saw that shit looking like a concert the other day. I was like,
yesterday it was like.
I swear this thing used to be like 6 man in a circle.
Yeah, like yesterday we had people that couldn't come in. They had to stay on the stairs and couldn't engage in the session.
yeah,
Right? And the reason I think nothing to do with me. I believe that's all God, but the reason people don't come up to me on some craziness is because I never tell them that I am this perfect dude. So I never come from an angle of I have sorted this out. You better sort your own thing out. I'm always coming from an angle of we're all learning together, right? Yeah. So when you come with that angle first, then you break the barrier. You break the perception that he is higher than me. He's on. At the start of the sessions, I'm talking to every single person. Yeah. Hey, what's the story, man? I feel 6 modules as well.
Yeah.
So we're here now. Now you hear me. Now you actually are more inclined to listen to me when I'm talking to you.
Because you've given, like I've said it so many times, it's like a reason why I fell in love out of love with like religion and the church.
Yeah.
Because people giving you this aura of perfection, and then you're getting older. And you start to eventually. I always say this. To my missus. I'm like, one day we're gonna have kids, and our kids one day they'll see us for who they are.
Right.
So you're better off not. Like we all see our parents for who they are.
Facts.
You get older, you're like, you're a human being with flaws. And
Mom,
this.
you a hoe.
You'd be like,
Not really. Like,
Your mom's gonna listen to this. So when I started getting older and I started seeing this, I'm like, why do these people give me an aura like they're holier than thou? Yeah, do you know that kind of aura? Then things started to change. Fiona came on the podcast. Shout out to her, and she was like, "No, she's a believer. She believes in God. Well, I know I did things in Malta that God wouldn't be proud of, and I've hurt him. So I have to say sorry." And that authenticity in the moment, I'm like, do you know how many people would pretend to run holidays, but because they go to church, they have to be like, "Oh, I carried myself in a certain way."
Yeah.
Then that kind of opened my mind. It's like your way of teaching youth ministry is through authenticity. People will come through it.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm telling people, bro, the other day I got horny, man.
Yeah,
And
I heard that.
I felt like
Yeah.
shoulder shrugging. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You tell, like, when you say stuff like that, right? It then immediately, geez, like, I felt like that yesterday as well.
And it's not sinful, and I don't have to feel bad about it.
Right,
it's
because
natural.
you're a human being
Natural,
and you
yeah.
will feel horny. How else do you feel like you're gonna have kids? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I come with that angle, and then I also wanted to show people like on the podcast, right? So if you ever like hear us talk about like something like sex or stuff like that, we always talk a lot of times. Oh, see when you're married, because I'm still trying to like let the you know my audience in open circle know that I still have core values on like I'm on the celibate thing or
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So on the celibate thing or on the abstinence thing, whatever it is, and I'm waiting till marriage. So I make that kind of clear in the podcast, although sex is not an evil topic to talk about. So we could talk about sex. We could talk about crazy, what you call wild and stuff like that. But it's never anything that is in direct conflict of my values or who I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sex got stigmatized within our culture.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But
Yeah.
I do think it's one of those things where like people don't take the comments you are seriously. Like one of my boys, he told me like he started getting into religion, he got into church, and he'd be like, yeah, like I fuck up. Like literally one time I went to go get some head after head. I was like, yo God, I got some head. I'm sorry. But we go again.
There was a time where
Oh my God, go ahead. Can I quickly just say,
Sorry.
I flipping did a Bible study with a chick. This is what year is it? 2022. This is about 6 years ago. It's nice. I've been saved 10 years.
okay.
Yeah, so I've been like in the religion 10 years. Did a Bible study with some chick, yeah. Good Bible study. Learned about Jesus and all that.
Where's this guy?
What do you mean by that?
Boys, we finished.
What do you mean by that?
I promise you, boys, put the Bible down on the staircase. Put the Bible down. So what you saying, no?
It happened.
This guy, bro. My
So I had to
story.
lay hands on her head. And that. You get me? But yeah, continue. What you saying?
Lay hands on her head. It's crazy.
But it happened.
No,
Like,
it does happen.
And that's the thing. Like you know,
Go
like,
back to God and say sorry.
That's why literally
forgives.
because
God forgives.
my thing about religion in the first place that like I remember it so clearly. Like I haven't been like religious and all that in years. Like I haven't like I believe in God, all that kind of stuff. But the day I was going for my first graduate job.
Yeah.
Like bro, I've been trying to get jobs forever. I couldn't get any. I was I just fresh out of college. I am beyond broke. I'm on my way walking to this place. I've got to get this fucking job. And I go and I'm like, God, please. When was the last time you prayed?
Yeah.
And I said, fuck that. And I just walked in.
Did you get the job?
Oh yeah. but for me, it was kind of like one of those situations where it's kind of like I kind of didn't see the point of asking for forgiveness for something that I know that I'm gonna do again. Like, I know that like I'm gonna ask for forgiveness for you maybe get a little bit ahead here. But I know I'm gonna get ahead next week, bro. Like, it's worse.
Ever have a pregnancy scare and tell God if you let me away from this,
This is
I'll
the
never
last
have sex
time.
again. And then do it again. And then next week you did it again.
bro.
Next tomorrow,
Bro, I took it so far. And the pregnancy is scary, yeah. I prayed, God, please don't let this girl be pregnant, blah blah. As soon as we found out she wasn't pregnant, guess how we celebrated?
Bro.
By having
Unprotected sex.
No, that is
It's very on brand. It's very on brand. It's very on brand as well.
He's on the M50.
He's in bus lane right now. Crazy bastard.
But, like the thing, I think what I also my main thing that I'm teaching, especially, is the misconception that we have about this forgiveness thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot, like, we grew up, right, especially like the ones that grew up in church, right? We grew up with the elders telling us, if you sin, God is upset with you and he wants to send you to hell. And I feel like if you ever read a book, please read it in context. So you pick out this scripture and then preach this scripture to me and expect me to, like, and I just take it as it is. And then the one thing I'm trying to show people is like, yo, bro, if you read the context of this,
You can apply it to
right, like, as
real
in,
life.
yes, like,
Yeah.
and you would realize actually what was being taught was actually not the intention behind the writer.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously you sent a text before and someone has read that text wrong.
Yeah. When you're arguing with your Mrs. True text,
Or
everything
they
is getting
read
misconstrued.
it in a different tone than you said it in.
Or
Yeah.
has it ever happened where you sent a text or you sent a text and then she may have got the text, I'm like, oh, I don't know what this means, and shows our friend. The friend's, yo, he's telling you.
He's telling you a
Yeah.
He said
dickhead.
you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
Right? And that's how the scripture happens. That's how it gets taken out of context all the time. It's because the intention behind me that wrote it is completely different from the way these people are taking it, you know? And if you look at the whole Bible, like, contextually, like, forgiveness was done on the cross. He's not actually trying to, it's not a thing of every single time you make a mistake, he has to go, oh, I'm going to forgive you again. Like, he's done it once and for all.
Okay.
And it's just about us realizing that and then walking. So this is how I explain it to people. It's, say, when you, like, give your life to God and all these type of things, you become, as the Bible will say, the righteousness of God. But our parents taught us you have to work to be righteous. And that was the Old Testament. You had to work to be righteous. Whereas the New Testament, you become righteous because you believe. Right? So I tell people, once you believe and you're now declared righteous. So if you go back and get head tomorrow, it's like I'm 25 years old. Asking, I'm 25-year-old man behaving like a 6-year-old boy.
Okay.
I've got to look at the 25-year-old me. Got to look at me acting like a 6-year-old. Say,
Yeah.
that's not you. Step back into your 25. That's all it is. When you make a mistake like that, it's not about, oh God, I'm so sorry, I've done this. Like, of course you have this, like, guilt in you, but it's like, it's one of those things where you say, that's actually not who I am. I am the righteousness of Christ. I am no longer a sinner. So you just tell yourself, the 6-year-old you, that's not who I am anymore. I'm now 25. And that's how I describe it to people, so they can get out of this whole guilt condemnation mindset, because that doesn't do anyone any good. In fact, it pushes people further away.
And I feel like it's one of those ones where it's like, people feel like, if I just did something bad, I can't pray. If I just, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Best time to pray.
Confession, yeah. Sometimes I'll be praying and getting flashbacks.
For sure.
Bro,
That happened to me in church.
Yeah.
Happened to me in
Worst
church.
place. I played the piano in church. Bad place.
I remember, not to cut you off, I remember I did a translation in church. I do it from like Lingala and French to English. Like, I was doing the translation. The girl that I was with over the weekend, she was in the choir. So I'm doing the translation, looking at her. I'm like, God, this is not
ain't
good.
right.
This cannot be good, bro.
Bro, I was in, boys, you're talking to somebody who's made most of my goals was scored in church.
but you know what? They do say the instrumentalists are the worst.
I was scoring in the church league. Boys, oh,
Get
Deji,
bucketed.
what if it's booking, if it's popping, whatever, I was scoring. I was assisting as well, boys. Number 10. Did everything, but I promise you, man. And so imagine me now playing the piano and at the front of the church, I'm looking about 4. I'm looking, what? Easy. Easy. I'm playing the piano like, I'm looking, give this one a look, and this one's
Moving the keys.
it was a different movement.
So you were saying, we cut you off.
No, yeah,
But
but
flashbacks in
again,
church.
flashbacks, and then it's kind of like, it feels like, oh, I can't really pray right now because, you know, it's getting crazy.
It's
I gotta put my
kind
talking
of as
cheeks in
well.
that.
I hate. I don't think we normalize praying when stuff's going good.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm always going to God as an emergency. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. It's like someone go, yo, lend me money. And I'm literally running to God and going, yeah, please do this. Like, but it's always when something's going bad. Yeah. So I'm the same as you. It's like out of resistance or this sort of stubbornness. I'm like, no, because I'm always going to him. So I won't pray at all.
Yeah.
But then maybe to balance that out sometimes, I need to pray to him when stuff's going good.
Yeah, but for me, you know what? For me, what happened was I felt like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Like in mid prayer, I was like, "This, you're a dickhead."
Yeah.
And then I was like, just dead the thing. Just leave it.
There's uncontrolled thoughts, and one thing on the podcast when our guest comes, personally, I've heard a story that you told yourself about your mom and her siblings.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to tell the lads, because I have a question on that, because I wanted to see how that would affect you and in the house growing up. Because I think who was on? I think it was the episode with Victor, and you said about how your grandmother lost 10 siblings.
Yeah, 10 kids. Yeah.
So your mom was only the 2 that stayed alive.
Yeah.
And she had no love to kind of give to your mom. And
Yeah.
I remember, like, I don't know where it was. I think I was driving home and I was listening to this. I'm like, it's coming on the pod. I got to ask him about how that affected you at home. Because coming from that environment, I would be the same as your grandmother. If I lost 10 children, I promise you, I can't love it. I can't love it. I'm bitter at life. So did that have any impact at home with you?
Yeah, no, I think, like, obviously, we all know, like, most African kids just got, like, beaten when they was younger. I think one thing that it kind of makes me the way I am today was my mom had to overstand, and I call overstand, like, understanding when you don't have an explanation. Do you know what I mean? So, like, if you do something bad to me and I'm like, oh, geez, why did you do that, Deji? And then you explain it to me, then I understand. But if you don't give me an explanation, and my mom, what she did was overstand without the explanation. She had to just understand it, right? So my mom, she was just like on a random thing, just like on that thing, Not like, I won't say like abusive, but she's like, no explanation, just hit you, just the whole thing. I remember being in church. She took me one time. We was in church, and she's taking me to the bathroom at the back of the church, right? Taking me to the bathroom because I was outside. Like, I wasn't even doing a madness then. I was just rough play, kids.
Yeah.
Took me to the toilet, whacked me, went back to the front of the church. Like nothing happened, it was that type of thing. I was just looking at this woman is she a monster? What's going on here? And I think she was doing a lot of self-reflection and a lot of healing herself. Yeah. Because she realized, like, my dad, that's the whole story of, like, he's supposed to come back, he's supposed to come home. He went to get milk, whoever it is, but he never showed up, right? But it was one of those things where we're waiting and we're waiting. And she's realizing that, this might not happen. So she's now got to take care of her kids. And so she has to do some self-reflection and some healing herself. So when she started doing that, I remember vividly, she calls me and my brother to the living room and she says, one question. Do you want me to smack you or talk to you? We were like, of course we're going to say, talk to us. And then from then on, never laid hands on us. But every single time anything happened, she'll talk to us. And my mom could talk for...
Talking's worse than smacking.
It is worse than smacking.
Yeah, it's harder than any smacking.
Yeah, but the talking, I will say to this day, it makes me who I am. Because we became very relational. We're very, very, very close, because you'll talk and she'll tell me some of our pain and I'll she's like, you can talk to me. And I'm like, hey, listen, this is how I feel about this. And so we were talking. And now she's like a best friend. She's amazing. But I feel like it was down to her to heal. It wasn't, my dad wasn't going to help her. Nobody was going to help her.
Yeah.
It was down to her to heal from the trauma. Because her mom would call her to the room, to the room. Didn't do anything wrong. Just because... Let me just get off some steam, maybe.
Bad day, innit? The white man.
Waka. Yeah, the white, but it was a Nigerian man. Yeah. And think about the pain of my grandmother's lost 10 kids, has 2 that survived. The one my mom, the youngest one that's surviving, she's still thinking that she's still eventually gonna die.
have that
So
PTSD.
if I kind of attach myself to her because she's eventually gonna die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just be wicked to her. Then my grandfather dies. So they take the land off her. She's got to now be in the market selling, I think it was like cola nuts. Don't know what it was. She's selling like some next thing, and she doesn't have place to stay, all these type of things there. So it's like terrible conditions
Yeah.
to now show love is the last thing on her mind.
Yeah.
Especially in Western society.
Yeah.
It's like I'm supposed to come to Western society now, like drop my upbringing, unlearn all these things.
Yeah.
It's a tedious process. It takes a while
Yeah.
because like my mom is similar in a sense where she lost both her parents within a year.
Crazy.
93 and 94. So I never even met my grandparents.
Okay.
But the trauma of losing both your parents within a year, and then it's the same kind of customs in like Zambia. It's like if it doesn't matter if you're the oldest, if you have no parents occupying the land, occupying where you stay, we're taking it.
For sure.
Family coming in, uncles coming in, taking everything, taking for it. It's a traumatic experience. So she's having to raise from she's the oldest.
Yeah.
So by nature, she's having to raise everybody else. And there's a lot of anger and there's a lot of resentment towards what's happened. There's a lot of confusion. It's like, why has this happened to me?
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like, after a few years when she's done it, she's moved to Western life. Rest is history, had me and had that. But there's still, sometimes I can still see that anger and upset in her.
Yeah.
I can see her gradually, still year by year by year by year to this day. Imagine this happened over 25 years ago.
Jeez.
She's still having to unlearn. There's still a layer getting taken off every year for when it happened. And there's still going to be a layer taken off till, God forbid, up until the day. But she's trying to unlearn year by year by year.
At least she's being intentional about it.
And the perspective I enjoyed is when you said it's like, that's why you don't give people excuses. Like to say, I had a rough upbringing or I had a... Because at some stage, I think I said it to Goody was there, I was like, at some stage, it's up to you now to fix the relationship with your dad. So at some stage, it's up to you now. It gets to an age where you're accountable for your action. I say this, it's like, if I go outside and I fuck up, nobody's going back to my parents and say, look at your kid, look what your kid did outside. We're not 12 anymore, you know?
Exactly.
Unless you're white.
What?
Unless you're white.
Yeah. So sometimes
he has an agenda, bro.
No. What, these guys going up in mass shootings. Oh, you know, he came from a troubled home. Who gives a fuck about your troubled home?
It comes to a stage that's the perspective I enjoy. It comes to a stage where you're an adult now. We don't want to hear that you're even though, of course, like David said, it plays a part to your upbringing.
Yeah.
But I guess you witnessing at home, you said, no, this woman took initiative to heal.
Bro,
she said, I'm gonna heal, and she did.
Somebody wants to break the cycle at some stage.
She's told me when she had that conversation with me, she's only told me she's only said to me, Dave, my mom used to just smack me. She hasn't even given me context as to she lost, this is why her mom was like this. She just told me my mom used to just smack me, and I'm just asking you guys, what do you want me to do? Smack you or talk to you? And we were like, this is a stupid question, but then like it was maybe 5-6 years later, I've realized she's told me the whole story. I'm like, oh, that's why because she didn't want to repeat the same cycle. And my thing, right? I have a lot of like, I guess, mantras that I go by. We can't repeat the same cycle because it's foolishness on our part. Listen, I understand, because when we talk to Goody and saying go talk to your dad, I understand how tough it is to talk to somebody who doesn't care about you. Like I understand that. It's not for me to come and say go and talk to your dad. I need to be able to come to his level and say, bro, I understand how difficult this may be, but this is how essential it is. You know what I mean? So me till this day, my dad doesn't reach out to me. I reach out to him, and the pain each time of texting, and it's oh, how are you? Good. This has been for 25 years. The same conversation.
Bro. Why do Africans that do? Brother, my father, we had the
go
same
again.
conversation.
Daddy issues.
Me and this man had the same conversation for at least I want to say 25 years. Bro, did you? How are you? Fine.
Right.
How's everybody? Fine. How's school?
Brother,
Brother,
school.
I graduated school how many years ago?
So my the issue I had, right, was I didn't realize I was still seeking validation from my dad.
Bro.
Yeah. So don't cry. But think about it like this, right? I realized there was this. It's crazy because, right? I did my leaving cert, and I'm performing. And these time I'm performing in churches. I'm performing bare places. It was one day like this. I think it was like African Day or whatever it is. I've done four gigs in the one day, and I was no car, so I'm using like buses and stuff like that, right? So I get to this my last gig, and before it was me and Jafaris that were going to perform. So before we're about to go on the stage, there's this like prophet woman, right? And she's like, she'd come up to me, and she'd come up. Whoever didn't do well, the leavers had come up, and I'm just standing there looking at her. Jafaris does this. He looks at me. I'm like, this guy, the prick.
You're smart.
So obviously he put me on the spot. So and I just had to walk forward. I'm about to perform as well, you know. And so I'm coming forward, and she's praying for everybody, and then she stops at me and she goes, "Shh, don't be angry at your dad. I promise you, don't know this woman from Adam. Never seen her man in her life. No, like, do you know? Don't be angry at your dad." And bear in mind, at this time I wasn't angry at my dad. I was still hopeful. I was still, he's still gonna come one day. Like genuinely, because on the phone, that's all we hear. Like, yeah, I'm coming next year, whatever. So she said, "Don't be angry at your dad." I'm like, this is kind of a strange one, but how do you know about my dad?
I hate it when they hit you with them ones.
She hit me with it.
She's tapping into stuff you're not even tapping into.
I'm not even there.
Yeah.
Right? So but because she knew about my dad issue, that word stuck with me.
Yeah.
Within 2 years, so I did my repeat. No, it wasn't okay. So within about a year, I'm about to go into Rap Minds College to do my repeat my leaving cert, and it was only
shout out,
5.
repeated as well.
Come on, for sure, bro. It's only like I think it was like 300 or 400. Yo, my mom skint. We went to Vincent de Paul's for some money, for shopping, for Aldi shopping for a house, like. So my mom's skint has no money to put me into anywhere. My dad, call him. I'm about to. Same question every time we talk. How are you? How's the family? How's school? I need to pay for school. It's only 300 quid. No answer, no nothing. I'm thinking, shh. Now I'm getting angry. Now, so what she said last year is now dawning on me.
Yeah.
And I quickly got so bitter to the point where I was like, you know what?
Fuck you.
If he dies, I don't give a shit.
We've all been there.
That was me, boys. That's straight out. I was like, I remember being in the gym with Jafaris. I said, yeah, if he died, me and Jafaris like stood there in the gym, cried together. I was like, yo, I don't give a rat's if this fella goes, man. I was that angry, I was raging. And it'd be like, you know what I mean? I had this void for so long. And then I began to like process and try and, heal from the issue. It was only until 2019 where I realized, geez, I haven't even healed at all. So it's the validation thing. I graduate from NCI, right? I call him, yo, graduated. He's in London, by the way. Graduated, blah. Oh, congrats. We have a ticket for you to come. There's only 2 tickets, my mom and my dad. We have a ticket for you to come. Yeah, no worries. Let me get back to you on that. Like, get back?
Yeah.
So they can't get back to you.
Here was the mad thing where I realized, geez, David, here's the mad thing, where it's about maybe a month to the graduation. I'm calling like, yo, what's the story? No, I think it was actually about 2 weeks before the graduation. I'm calling like, Dad, what's the story? How are you? I'm good. How's college? I'm like,
I just told you I graduated.
Yeah.
That's even why I'm calling you.
So when I heard that, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. My mom sent him the tickets. Come if you want to come. He didn't respond, didn't text me. And I remember that day, I was just like, I'm still seeking his validation. And it's paining me because he's not here. And I have to heal. He can't help me heal. My mom can't help me heal. I just have to heal myself. And stop seeking validation from man. Because
it's hard, though.
It's very, very hard.
Yeah.
But you want that from your father.
You got to do it.
Yeah, no, I hear, because I've said it so many times. It sticks in my head. Graduation, my dad, same thing.
Oh, same
Graduated
thing?
from college. My dad was giving a speech and he says, I didn't think you'd make it here. I'm so proud of you. No. Because I repeated the leaving cert and then I went to do a PLC. So he was like, this guy is just not gonna, Like,
What,
I wanted to give up. So whenever I wanted to give up, he tried to encourage me. I was like, Dad, this education thing isn't for me. Like, I'm repeating the leaving cert. I'm going to do the PLC. But my mom that keeps saying, keep going. I was in college and I'll be doing repeats. And I'm like, man, I don't even want to do this thing.
Did that fulfill you when he said, I never thought you would make
Bro,
it?
it's I remember how I felt in the moment till today. And the fact that I heard it, it's enough for me.
That was good for you.
It's enough.
Yeah,
I don't, even if I
never
never
got
hear
that
it again,
still.
I'm happy.
You know what? You know, because I'm on your vibe, right? So I had a conversation with my mom. Like literally, I never expected. Like I came into the house. Yo, mom, what's good? Blah 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 blah. We start talking. We end up talking for 5 hours. Like we talk about everything. Like literally, like one of those things where, you know, people forget to ask their parents, what was life before I was here?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like she told me that. She told me bare shit about my father. She told me like she told me everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, swear. Anyways, so I'm like you. What's called like, bro? Be completely honest. Like my dad hasn't been around. Like we left probably when I was like 4. He's never been in my life since I was like that age. He's come in and out here and there, but it's never been a consistent thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Literally got to that point where this is the point where I was like, yeah, I'm fuck this dude for life.
For life.
What's called? So my mom was like, oh yeah, what's called? Your dad wants to fly you guys out to London, blah 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 blah. I was like, cool. I didn't think at this point I was probably like 15 at this point. I didn't think I cared anymore. Yeah. And then it came back, and then my mom said we're not going anymore, and I was like, wait, what happened? Blah blah. Turns out he just wanted my sister, and then what's called? Then my mom was like, you take all of them, you take none of them. Bro, I was there like, rah, why don't this nigga want
Why
me?
they want me?
He
That
don't
Will
want
Smith
me.
thing. That Will Smith thing.
Will Smith. Literally. And that was the day where I was like, because I was already on the vibe of, you know what, actually, that was the day I swore that I wouldn't cry again unless something deep happened.
Jeez.
Because I was like,
Is that what you said? Maybe that's why Dave doesn't feel anything. Maybe that's why Dave says niggas die every day, B.
Yeah.
That's
Niggas die every
but
day, B.
it literally got to that point where it's like, look, like at this point, like I don't call my dad, I call him my father. Like we used to call him sperm donor. It was that bad.
Yeah.
Literally, like we used to call him sperm donor. That's all man gave us.
Man just gave us a nut.
Man bust a good nut, and if there was one thing, that nigga gave me some amazing jeans.
Big up to you on that.
You know them ones.
Sorry, so the but you said
Yeah. So, anyways, so that was the day I was like, yeah, fuck this, blah blah blah. I don't care, blah blah. And then J Hus came out of jail and he did a daily doppy. People think this is funny, but I'm being dead serious.
That was like 12. Before the pandemic, 2018, 2019?
Yeah, probably like 2018, 2019. And he was like, oh, the lyric was like something like, oh, my dad passed, like part of me, like we weren't even close, but feels like part of my soul's missing. And I was like, bro, I always just thought like,
Yeah.
If this nigga dies, I don't see him anyways. I don't speak to him. It really is just not that deep. But it's one of those situations where it's kind of like, it's easy to say that when the person is when the person is there. Because I can, bro, if I need his number, he's not that far away to find his number. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, what's called, like, I kind of took that on board, took a while, and then I was like, let me actually start chatting to this guy. And then my mom also said one day, like, what did he ever do to you?
Yeah.
And I was like,
he wasn't there, bro.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there, but he wasn't there for certain reasons. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when we speak about it, I still don't respect some of the reasons, but it is what it is. Do you get what I'm saying?
man.
Like at the end of the day,
There's people out here trying, like, almost like going through hell and back just to like access their kids.
yeah, but I understand
Yeah,
that. But everyone has their own problem. Do you get what I'm saying? Like some people, their problem is crack.
Maybe
I look at crack and I don't see
that's
nothing.
your way to excuse his behavior so then you can be at peace with him.
No,
Like he's saying, some people will go through hell and back to see their kids.
I just because I understand it doesn't mean I respect it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter what reason you give me. It's just like at this point, there's nothing I can do to it. So, anyways, a couple of days after we speak about that, me and him are talking and whatever. Like I'm giving him the real. Like me and him are actually like we're chatting for 1 2, and it's not just how's work, how's blah 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 blah. And he told me he's proud of me, and he's like blah blah like.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a moment that I thought that would never come. Felt nothing.
Oh yeah.
Nothing.
Nah, I felt the joy and the relief, not gonna lie. That nigga's proud of me, bro.
Like if my dad came back today and said, you know what, Dave, I'm proud of you, everything you're doing with the pod. Like I don't send him any. My mom will be telling him like, yo, yeah, he's doing a podcast, you know, and he has all these type of things. And my dad's like, oh well done. Like he doesn't give a rat's because I don't think he hears it.
Until you start making that bank,
Right? But then
even quick.
But they don't understand though.
Yeah,
they don't understand
the day he comes back and says, you know what, Dave, I won't lie to you, man. I'm sorry and I'm proud of. That's gonna mean a lot to me. So when I say I'm not seeking validation from him like that, I'm not waiting for it.
Yeah, okay.
If it comes, I'm gonna feel wow, like amazing. But I can't live my life waiting for my dad to say well done.
I hear it.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, it might never come.
It might never come. And I have like mentors. I have men that mentor me. So I'm very like I look to like mentors, men that like are leaders. I look to them like this, you know. I'm very like I want to learn because I didn't have that growing up, and I'm a leader. I have like a team of 40 people that look to me every single week to like give them some sort of
I
direction.
have no idea. You're looking to the next guy.
I'm looking to the next guy. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I take leadership extremely seriously.
Yeah.
Like extremely seriously.
We're all submitted to somebody.
Do you have to be?
Do you siblings? How many siblings do you have?
3.
Boys, girls?
1 girl, 2 boys.
Was there a father figure in your life? Like,
Never.
all
None
right,
of them.
cool.
I had to be.
What's your relationship like with women? Because I feel more comfortable around women than I do around men. And like, there's certain things that is masculine. Like the thing is, I'm not really that into football.
Yeah.
And that's because football only really came around when I was at my friend's house.
Yeah,
Apart from that, we've never had a Sky Sports, all of that.
Yeah.
Bro, if it wasn't Champions League on RTE, I'm not watching it because I don't have that. And my mom doesn't care about that because, bro, what's football?
Yeah.
Why am I paying €60 a month for football?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm
I
saying?
love women for sure.
I didn't ask if you loved it.
That's a good way to break the tension.
I know what you mean. I love being around women for sure. Like I think women are just amazing to be around. Like, and it's just a vibe. I'm like, listen. That's why I told you, like, on a Tuesday, we're open circle. I'm talking. We start off doing a conversation or I'm preaching or whatever it is, and on a Sunday I'm flipping doing a podcast. I learned that from being around women, man. We'll sit down and we'll flipping have 3-hour conversation on anything. Whereas man, them it's a little brief thing like you're saying here.
If it's especially when we're young, we can talk ages about sports.
Sports,
When we're talking about football and arguing back
Anything
and forth.
outside of those
anything
things.
outside about the real stuff. Me and my boys only comfortable getting there like division like 3-4 years ago. Like, oh, we can you know what? Although we're doing drugs together. That's what we're like.
You told me.
Love it, Jordan. Love it.
But the thing is, like,
now.
even on top of that, I don't have a group of boys. Like, you know, you see the way you guys got the agenda lads.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
I don't.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But I mean,
It's-
I wouldn't talk to your gender lads.
no,
like
but like,
that,
but I'm saying
you know?
like you might have a group of you know the
Yeah,
way
like
that
you know you have like Craig and
do you get what I'm saying? Like, you might
yeah.
have a group of boys that's your core. Like you guys will do a lot of things together. Do you get what I'm saying?
I remember a girl pied me one time. I'm calling Craig like Craig.
But Dave is very in touch with his feelings anyways. Dave's important himself.
It is important.
No, it's very important. It's very important to be
because the thing is like
straight, quick.
I got to a place in my life where I was so disconnected from my emotions.
Yeah,
like bro,
that's
bro,
not good, bro.
fam.
That's one thing I always have. I'll always be.
Oh, that bitch there. Nah, but yeah, like I be
Pack
having
it up.
I be having mad like situations we having on the phone, crazy, and I just wouldn't feel anything. Like it just wouldn't matter. And I'll go to the next room and just be calm, banter, and like it just didn't mean anything.
Do you know? I agree. I felt the same thing in a different way though. Like I'll be with girls. I would could we say that a lot of guys are like this, but I would be like I would tell the girl the whole world. Tell her she is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Like I'm genuine. I haven't seen anyone more beautiful than you. That type of vibe. I love you so much. Sell her the world, and then I'll sell her such a good man type of thing. Like I'm such a good man, and I will say I'm very smart. Like when I say very smart, like I know how to talk to women.
Yeah,
We're manipulative.
yeah.
Yes. No, facts.
no,
not now.
No.
But
yeah.
I knew how to like,
Yeah,
draw them in and tell them everything, sweet nothings.
yeah.
And then the second I wasn't on that vibe anymore, like I was so cold and I didn't feel any remorse. And I'm hearing, she's coming up telling me, oh my God, like, she's telling me the maddest things. Like, I have had people tell me like that they're like suicidal and stuff like that on the phone, and I'm like,
Swear.
here's where I knew David, you're gone. I'm like, swear down, oh jeez, and I knew in my heart I did not give a rat's.
He said,
No.
I'm here to tell you right now.
But there's that absence there, isn't it? And you think you think you've inherited it from somewhere.
Yeah, so when I realized that, Dave, you're flipping cold.
Yeah.
Like, you're cold. And I didn't even know that was cold until it was deep moments like that I realized, I don't care about this.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez, okay.
people will be crying in front of you, you feel nothing. You're just like, brother, what can you not?
But then I took a whole 180. I completely turned.
It's part of growing up, isn't it?
Yeah, and now I'm extremely in touch with like emotions and people's stories and that's me now. Do you know what I mean? Like someone could tell me a story about like something deep for them, and I might me and Tommy on podcast, we've cried like twice. We've had moments where we're just like tearing up, bro. It's like,
Is that why you think you can beat him up?
oh jeez, yo, I'm sorry.
I don't think I'm ever going to cry on a podcast.
Yo, Angel, sorry, I'm so sorry on the podcast. I'll shut you back. love.
Is that why you think you can beat him up?
Wait, did you guys cut that shit out?
Tommy.
You guys crying? Did you cut it out?
Oh yeah, Tommy made us cut out.
Damn.
I'm okay with crying. I could cry right now.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
Nigga said I would cry on demand.
These guys were killing me on the drunk pod. They were saying I was only crying on the drunk pod. Like,
Yeah, started crying.
Yeah, bro. The day one of you guys crying on this pod,
Was you crying on the drunk one?
No.
I swear to God, I didn't feel like crying, but it was an emotional moment.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I know how to convey emotion without going overboard. Where I'm like nearly like quivering and stuff and nearly crying. I've just been used to it. Like my relationship with my dad is quite complex because there was an element that my dad was hard on me, but it's just he used to take out his frustrations on me, like kind of like peak recession. He's not getting work in. He's a bit depressed, and he's like, the first person he sees to kind of like take it out on to let. Yeah. But it's my relationship with my dad has been complex because he's actually the first guy. I told these guys he's the first guy to tell me I'll be good at this thing.
Oh, crazy.
But you know the times where I'm nearly thinking, I want to start a podcast, but my parents will be like, what are you doing? They'll think it's silly if they come in and they see me with the camera on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with my dad one of the days and I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do. The chance of being an athlete is past, let's face it. I'm sitting there having a conversation with him one day. You know, when you're not making it, you see, Neri starting for Arsenal at 15, you're like,
that's crazy, yeah.
Listen, but he's like, you'd be good at this thing. He specifically said, you'd be good at doing media, you'd be good at doing podcasts. So it's weird. So he pops up with these moments where he's just stuff that he's taught me has been ingrained in my head. I remember I wanted to be the man in front of my dad. Like one day we're on the train one day and I'm like, yeah, dad, I'm shifting this girl, but I was with this girl. And I was just with my dad, I go, good. You know, you expect that approval of your dad. Like, yeah, good lad. He's like, is that really all there is to it, David? And all this stuff. And I didn't know what he meant by it. I'm like, but this is, it didn't register me. He's like, but he's my dad. He's supposed to like dap me up and go, good man, David. That's really, but he's literally like having this lecture with me. Like it's not the be all and end all of girls. Crazy. I remember that was just so ingrained with me from like 18 to 19. And my dad as well, he's always been a wear his heart on his sleeve kind of guy for the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So it's taught me to convey my emotions, but in a more controlled way.
For sure.
If you get me.
I think the biggest sign of strength for me, man, is control.
Yeah.
Like I say it to everybody, like I see when people come on things or they have arguments and someone's letting loose of their emotions saying, you did this and I can't believe it. And it's just saying anything. I'm like, you're such a weak person. And And like, I understand it may come from, insecurity or pain or whatever it is, but man, like when men do all this whole macho thing, like, but a small thing that triggers them and they just go crazy and it starts spilling out on you. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you have no control. You're such a weak person. And that's one thing I had to learn. My mom taught me it. Mm-hmm. My little brother, Smiley, he's taller than me now. Smiley's my brother, yeah. We used to fight a lot, as siblings. But there's one day, I'm pulling up knives on this kid. Yeah, my own brother.
It gets like that.
Does it?
Yeah,
bro. Yeah.
I've never pulled up knife for nobody.
Yeah. I used to bring a knife to school and everything because I got.
Where did you live?
Tyler.
Back in the day, like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, what, bro? A couple man did me on the side. Easy. I brought a flipping every day. But let's forget that.
He's safe now.
Yeah, I'm Jesus and that. My little brother, I beat him up so bad, his scars all over his body. And I said, my mom, he obviously went crying to my mom. And my mom said to me, this changed my whole life. She said, is this how you're going to beat up your wife?
Yeah, I've heard this. Yeah,
she said, is this how you're going to beat up your wife? And everything in me changed. I said, whoa. Humility is strength, bro.
Yeah.
Like if somebody is coming up to you and giving you loads of this and you're able to like not react.
Yeah.
bro, you're in the most powerful position.
To a certain point.
To be honest,
Okay,
I think to the entire point, because
to a certain point.
I do think if you're shouting and you're saying whatever, you're losing, bro. Even us in the group, bro. I had to leave the group chat and literally go, listen, guys, I'm gonna say stuff that I don't want to say.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm actually just gonna dip out of the group chat, like
think that's
because the number one thing I hate to have to say to people, and the number one thing I hate being said to me is, oh, I didn't mean what I said when I saying that thing. I didn't mean. Well,
Sorry, I was angry. You only said it out of anger.
Don't say it then. Don't say it then.
People.
Don't say it to me.
I said it out of anger, but you said it. You can't
But
take
you
it back
said
now.
it. Don't
Do
say
you know
it
what I mean?
then.
what do you mean to a certain point?
Okay, so I'm somebody that I'm super understanding.
Yeah.
I'm calm. I'm quiet. Blah
Yeah.
blah.
Who are you
blah,
selling
blah.
yourself to? Is there a girl?
I understand you, baby.
However,
He said I'm gonna do it.
He's only M50, so sell yourself. Sell yourself.
However, there gets a point, and I genuinely feel like this.
Yeah.
There gets a point where you got to punch a nigga in his face, and
Okay.
like, because the thing is, right? People will take your strength and you being quiet as, I can do this again, and I can do this again, and I can do this again, and there's only so much you can take before you have to pop someone in the face, and that is, trust me, because I'm someone that I struggle to get angry.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes I actually wish I wish I could get angry right now.
Yeah.
And it's one of those situations where people start thinking that, like, I think being overly understanding as well is a problem. Like, I understand things. Like sometimes I understand where this person is coming from, and it doesn't matter that I understand where you're coming from because you did what you did.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like if someone comes and steals money from you,
Yeah.
money is even different. If someone comes and hits your kid,
Yeah.
and they give you a reason, and the reason makes sense. You can understand why they did it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they still hit your kid.
Yeah.
You still got to retaliate.
No, you don't gotta.
That's where I would disagree. Is that
Yeah.
they
I
have
understand.
to.
Like, you don't gotta just retaliate.
If you retaliated and you did a madness or whatever it is, like
Makes no difference.
for me,
You get punished, and then by you get
Okay, wait.
punished, your kid gets punished
Okay,
further.
now it happens again. What happens?
okay, we could go on and on about like the whole losing your thing. I think the second you resort to, no, I won't say resort to, but you okay, for example, someone can push buttons, and I'm not saying being strong is just standing there and like keep pushing. I think that's like, do you know what I mean? There's a certain point where you have to make
Push a nigga in his face.
but I'm
But
saying
you're moving the goalpost though a little bit.
How?
Like where you're saying in the sense that if they do it multiple times, yeah, of course there has to be some form of retaliation. But if it's a one-off thing, even twice off, what's it gonna do for me if I retaliate?
Because the thing is, right, sometimes I feel like
don't
there are
get-
some people that genuinely they might not do it on purpose, but there are some people in this world that are gonna continuously do that, and they're doing it on purpose. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's one of those situations where sometimes you gotta nip shit in the bud before it gets there.
no, but that's what I'm not saying that violence is weakness. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
No, I get
like if it gets to a point where someone's attacking like a woman in my life or just something like that, like, and maybe someone just like more vulnerable than me or whatever it is, and I have to defend or something. I'm not saying violence is weakness in that situation.
obviously.
So there's certain situations where, well, violence is the strong thing to do, if you understand what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying there's people who, as we were saying earlier, say things and say, oh man, I'm so sorry about what I said. I was just angry.
Oh yeah, those people are pussies.
It's a lack of control.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's a lack of control.
Yeah.
If you should say, oh bro, man, I don't really like the way you like, I don't like the way you're sitting or whatever it is, and he gets mad and just starts hitting you, well, he's a weak person.
And you know the worst part about those people, yeah, if you are at work and your man just spoke to you like that, you wouldn't do that.
Never.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't punch your manager in the face
Yeah, yeah.
and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was angry." You wouldn't
But
do
you
that.
wouldn't speak anyhow to your manager.
Do you get what I'm saying? So, is it really because you're angry, or is it because you think I'm a dickhead?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even about you being a dickhead. Sometimes
They know your character too much.
familiarity breeds disrespect.
Yeah.
They're familiar with you. They know that, like,
Yeah.
we've all been in a relationship. We said, "Oh, me never." Da 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 da. But the
yeah.
more you're in the relationship,
Oh, bro.
some violation that you thought it'd be like, wait, I thought I would never take this.
Any
I
man
thought
of
I
you,
would-
any you man cheated?
Depends on
Have
who
you?
ask.
I say it all the time, man.
Yeah?
I'm not proud of it. Definitely not proud
when
of it.
When did you cheat?
When? No, I'm asking when.
See, Jordan is the feds.
He brought it up.
What, do you have to ask for the date and the time zone and the
He said-
location?
When?
It's a podcast, bro. We make conversation.
Jordan said
bro.
when?
We make conversation.
He said
bro.
with whom?
Real quick, I would beat Tommy up. Just I know you asked that question. I think I would smash his head in. Just putting that out there, yeah.
You
But back on the cheating thing,
why did you just throw that ad lib in there?
I just had to because I remember you asked the question.
Podcast about to end. You need to let Tommy
Yeah.
know real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah,
Real
back
quick.
on the cheating thing.
Well, I cheated in my previous relationships.
Then how'd you get caught? Or did you get caught?
Boys, I was actually I'll give you guys the pre. I'm actually gonna say it on the
On the live show.
live show.
Oh, it's
I'm
about
gonna
that
give-
now.
yeah.
Okay. Well, when is that date live show again?
17th of November.
Oh,
Sugar
tickets,
Club.
right? Sugar Club, yeah. For 17.
Tickets
All right,
available.
get your ticket. We'll
For
be
sure.
there. We'll be there.
For sure, it'll be sick. It'll be sick.
Okay.
But yeah, so first, let me start off by saying, before I ever cheated, I was cheated on.
Okay.
Oh.
So it was this girl, like, bro,
With the same girl.
No, I didn't cheat on that one girl.
I thought you
So-
cheated back. I was like,
no. So
Cancel stuff out.
yeah, she's cheated on me on a vibe of like 2 in 1 day. Yeah,
wait. Were you dating one of those girls in Oloni's Treads?
maybe, bro.
Day.
It was Paddy's day, bro. I'm with her. I gave her transport money to go home and everything, bro.
Jeez.
I've gone home on
called
an
you a
early
munch, bro.
thing. Yeah, she's gone. She told me like a couple of weeks later that it was this and this, and I'm thinking, I'm snapping.
Yeah.
But I'm pacing up and down and break up, and then after a while I got back with her. I was young and stupid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got back with her, and but I was like, that really pained me, and still never cheated, still never did anything mad. Got with this next one. This was like a good few years later. I got with this next one when I was in college. And we're just linking. She's come to the SU, you know, outside the SU, where the lockers are and the elevator. She's because so this elevator in NCI that nobody used, like rarely ever used. It was to go from the ground floor to the SU.
Oh,
no one
yeah.
really used it.
Yeah.
I was using that elevator, boys. Yeah, you guys don't
Do
know.
what, bro?
Oh,
I've got to keep my
I was doing the
confidential.
deji. No, I was in the elevator doing a madness with this chick. Yeah, every time she came to the college, but now this time she's come to the college and told me some other man has lipsed her. And I was like, wait, what do you mean this other guy lips you? He goes, yeah, like I was just giving him a hug in my college, and then he just kissed me. But I'm like, she's small and he's tall. So how did this like? Do you get what I'm saying? How did this?
Did it pain more because he was tall?
Yeah. Now she told
She
me
had
this.
more time to think as he was descending.
Do you know what I mean? You have time to think.
Yeah.
He just like, you know what I mean? His neck. So I'm thinking this is crazy, right? But I remember, boys, honestly, maybe it might be in part of me feeling like cold, not being like attached to my emotions and stuff like that. She told me this and I didn't care.
You didn't like her.
You got it. I didn't really like her, but she cheated on me.
Yeah.
But I didn't. He didn't.
She didn't cheat on you.
What do you mean?
She didn't cheat on you.
She kissed someone else.
She said someone kissed her.
She told me this, boys.
Yeah, boy, you buying that, did you? Your girl says, "Oh,
Come
you
on,
kissed me."
someone-
Trust me, shit happens. Trust me.
I hear it. Okay, she had a best friend. She had a best friend that used to come with her like everywhere she went. And this best friend was looking at her. You go and better go and tell him. So her best friend was upset with her.
You know why I say she didn't cheat on you, and I wasn't there. She could have,
Yeah.
but I have seen and I have heard of niggas just quickly. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Technically,
That maybe it's context.
it's context. Like I don't have the context.
She was on the M50.
okay.
Before I,
That's actually
before I got with her.
Yeah.
We say on this podcast, gotta charge down to the game.
Yeah, the big
You
club.
gotta charge it to the game.
No, before I got with her, she was on the M50, boys.
So you
yeah.
knew where you're signing for.
Wait.
I did.
Yeah.
See, that changes things a bit. Because if she was in the M50, right, and she's one of those, she might have linked someone that knows that she was on the M50.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She might have been spoken about
I
like
heard-
that.
I heard-
You know, there's guys that fucked a girl before,
Yeah.
and now they see the girl and they always grab the girl's bum. She has a man now.
Yeah.
That happened
You've
to one
already
of my
grabbed the
friends at
bum.
right venue. Like a
Yeah,
guy,
no.
because they used to do a thing, just came and grabbed
Do you get what I'm
the
saying?
bum.
100%.
Sucked him,
Could
yeah.
happen same thing with a kiss. Not saying that it did happen.
It's height. The height was the height for me.
I knew that's the part that was paining him.
It's the height. My main
knew
thing
that
is
was a fact.
you
Yeah,
must have
I was
looked
feeling
up and he must have looked down and it must have been a thing. But anyway, I felt she's cheated on me.
Yeah.
Right? That's my narrative. She's cheated on me, and I didn't really feel bad. In fact, within 5 minutes, we went back into the elevator, boys. I promise you this. I promise you this. We go back into the elevator, get a little busy. Cool, I'm all right. Break up with her after a while. You know, someone tells you they kiss somebody else. And you were right. I didn't really like her like that. So kind of that thing moved along. And then now I had there was, you know, everyone has that squad player constantly just in and around the squad.
Yeah.
If you need that player,
James Milner.
James Milner, bro. Yeah.
All reliable.
More reliable. 7 out of 10.
Every time.
Bro,
Every time
consistent.
consistent. Same quality each time.
Yeah.
And I
Whatever
promise you,
position.
It's not spectacular, but you know.
No, but
you
we
can
can
work with
I'm
it.
not gonna lie to
Yeah.
you. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's let's say, this is all full circle. You know, like, it wasn't the longest, but the
proportions were right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, you know how to score penalties? Like, every single time she put it in the back of the net.
Top bins.
Top bins.
Frank
right?
Lampard things.
Yeah. Right. Do you know what I mean? So she's now, you know, those squad players, sometimes they pop up.
Yeah.
I'm serious in a serious relationship. Squad player, listen, boys. Squad player pops up, right? On a vibe of 79 seconds worth of nudes on Snapchat, boys.
Remember them days?
Remember the
Lots
second?
of time.
You remember those days?
That is a lot of time.
Boys, I've lost my job. Yeah. Boys, serious, real talk. Lost my job. And midnight, I'm getting 79 seconds. Mad. All right. By the time the 79 seconds are over, after I've done the bare replays, I'm on.
He's gone.
I'm gone.
You drive back then as well, yeah?
I was driving.
Yeah. Easy
Google
money.
Maps is already up. I'm there.
Took mom's car.
Cash
She's
money.
texted me after the 79 seconds. Yo, my mom's gone to Nigeria. Pull up. Like a 1 a.m. thing. I've put my own girlfriend to bed. I'm off the bed, babe.
No, I'm just really tired. I've had a bad day.
Right.
I just lost my job.
That's not my job.
You know, I need
on a
some
vibe. She's like, okay, cool. Enjoy your night. Good night, babe. Cool. I've got in the car. Got into my mom's car. I'm driving now, and I'm saying, David, this is not you. This is not you. You shouldn't be doing this. Wow, on the M50 boys. You know, go southbound, boy. Yeah. I was saying, this is not David. This is not you. This is not you.
You've committed this day.
I'm ready past Tyler boys. Yeah. I have to finish.
This is petrol money
I
now.
gotta finish.
This is petrol money now. This right?
Yeah, petrol money.
Yeah. Come on.
I've got to
now.
finish.
Come on.
So I've gone to the place. I've gone to her spot. My mom was still texting on Snapchat, and I told her on Snapchat. She's asked me to come in, and I said, because she has a little brother, and I was like, yo, your brother's sleeping. Pull up to the car, innit? So she's come out to the car. This is all on Snapchat and everything. She comes out to the car, and boys, 3 hours, boys, yeah. Solid work, boys, yeah.
Happens like that.
She did 13 kilometers in 90 minutes,
Boys.
man. Solid mileage.
Performance.
Yes.
Performance.
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Bear in mind, all in my past. This is the past, boys. Yeah, I'm new now. She's done a mileage on man, yeah, and then I've gone to the boot to get like water.
Yeah.
Half time or no, full time. Yeah. So I've left my phone. My phone has the picture of me and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So she's obviously, I've come back and she's like, she's looking at my phone, whatever it is. So she's seen me and my girlfriend, and no conversation, just like, oh. So I'm getting back in the car. She's trying to do a little cuddle thing. I'm pissed off. What are you trying to cuddle, man?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm done. Like, post
Here
for
for
clarity.
one and one reason.
Yeah. I'm pissed off. So I've gone home now. It's late in the night, boys. Yeah. I've come home now, and then within 2 weeks, I'm off to a gig. I'm going to perform. Right. I get on the bus, and my girlfriend calls me, says we need to talk.
She came to us as a woman.
She
said-
yeah.
On a 2 week thing, she said it's 2 weeks after I've cheated. I know this is about to be mad. So I couldn't really get on the bus at that moment because it was a Wi-Fi thing. So I've come home, looking at all the what do you want to talk about? She says, thing is in my house. I've said all she said is she's in my house. I've texted her on Snapchat my side thing, yo, What's going on? Did you say anything? She's opened the message and left me on red, boys.
Your heart is just doing.
At that point, you just got to block everyone and move on.
I'm panicking.
Just tell the bus driver, go one way.
Yeah.
Go one way.
Boys, I'm supposed to go Newbridge. I'm panicking, boys. Yeah. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Then my girl just sends me the whole bunch of messages, boys. Like, she sends me like, oh, you told her not to. You told her to come to the car because you didn't want to wake up her brother. Or you being considerate now. Send me the whole thing, boys. Yeah. All the thread of the Snapchat because I'm thinking, oh, his Snapchat things are gone. The chick is taking pictures
On a different phone.
on a different device, my bro. Taking pictures on a different device.
I would argue that that's entrapment.
Yeah, I was trapped, but I enjoyed it.
That's good. That was good. Like, good. Live show when? Or you want to talk about anything else?
Just to quickly finish off, the two younger brothers went to the same school, so they actually knew each other.
Was that the link?
Yeah.
What are the chances, bro?
Speaking of people in school, I saw a crazy thing on TikTok. You know, these Reddit things that you see. Kid is like, I'm in school and I'm depressed. Why is he depressed? He's depressed because his mom's on OnlyFans. And the people in the school found it. Yeah. One day, one of the boys comes up to him, he's like, shows him a nude of his mom. And it's going around the whole school. He goes to go talk to his mom now. It's like, look, they found this thing. And she's like, look, I'm proud of it. It makes me feel happy, blah, 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 blah. And he goes to the principal to see if there's anything can be done. And the principal's like, we can't expel everybody. So... how do you deal with that? Because bro, you remember being cooked in school for something tiny. Imagine your mom's nudes getting be sent around
As a
school.
kid, you will just resent your mom. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
She's a grown woman. She's a grown woman. You will just you can only hope that she can understand it makes your life harder.
Yeah.
You have no power in this
I
situation.
stopped going to school.
That's your. I guess that is your power.
Yeah,
that is your
100%.
leverage. You stop going to school.
I'll meet you every day.
Oh, you tell me to go to a different school.
Every single day.
No, stay
I
at
will
home.
meet.
Don't go. I'm saying I'm not going unless you get up. Only I'll move you to a different school.
No, the thing
Facts.
is, whether she stops now, it doesn't matter. The content is there.
Outside.
Bro, for the fact that someone is showing you on their phone, it's
Run
not
away
going
from it.
anywhere.
You need to go to a different school and use a different name. That's your power.
Okay, but what happens when it's a school play and your mom pops up in the school?
Don't tell her.
You know what happens?
What are you telling her?
You know what happened? You know what happened? Some dad would just go.
Don't tell her about school activities. Tell her to stay at home. I was like, don't come to my school activities. Bro.
Anyways, what are you man charges to the game this week?
You already charged yours to the game at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, you would.
You didn't even say charge of the game.
You just said, this fuck's a white man. How much
Boys,
charge to the game this week?
setting up five-a-side, yeah?
Yeah?
Long.
Boys,
Char-
happy boys.
Charge of the... No, you
You
take...
good at ball.
Bro.
You can rap, you can ball, you can podcast.
Yeah.
I'm everything.
What, triple threat, yeah?
Triple threat.
Yeah.
You think it's easy? God.
Yeah, no, sign up.
Dave is chasing people for money.
Chasing
Dave
people
is-
for money.
Dave is making rules.
Yo, I just paid 60 for this for the hour. Can you rev me like? Because it was 12. Because what I remember is I had a list and there was 12 of us there. Can you? Yeah. Say no, but say no.
Nothing.
See, you haven't revved me yet, so I asked you yesterday to rev me because I was sitting there talking up. Just so I remember.
I don't want to be a prick.
Just before the next one, yeah, because I have to pay 66 again. Just if you can rev me, yeah, cool. Actually, your friend came too. He just pulled up as well.
Yeah.
Can you forward my rev?
I'm
onto him
that
as well?
guy. I'm that guy. That
Bro,
doesn't pay.
I got you.
Oh, I don't pay a cent.
But you're off.
I'm sorry, I'm bad. I'm sorry. I'm not one of those.
Yeah, but bro, also in the five-a-side, when you get the dead team.
Not only
These are pressing, they're not doing.
Not only am I vexed that
minutes
money has left my account and nobody's paying me back, but I'm also on the dead team.
I got stung with the dead team.
No, bro, everything's skied. We're never doing this again.
Oh yeah, we play on Mondays. We play like
Yeah, we play Mondays as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, bro, as in like there's people that just can't take a touch, can't pass 5-yard pass.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be that person that's like, bro.
Like,
everybody's only showing up for a bit of laugh.
why as a grown man am I shouting?
Yeah.
Shout for it. Shout for it. Like, come on. Like, I'm literally sitting there going mad. Like, I'm literally like, press, lads, press. I'm not even pressing on this team,
Yeah,
David.
not a chance. Not a chance.
You got anything to charge to the game, Dave?
Oh boys, man, I messed up on Monday for Goody. So I produced his stuff.
You lucky discovered he tells the story. He said you were seeing him on a live and you told him to come on podcast,
Yeah.
and that's how the journey began. So
No. Like, listen, if from Thailand, man, you just kind of know everybody. And
Yeah.
Seeing him on a live, I was like, yo, just get him on. He'd be brilliant. And yeah, I still do it till this day. Like, look for people who I think could be really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a hit and miss. You know,
like anything, talent.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you
what
mess up
happened,
on?
yeah.
Yeah, and so obviously, I told you I've gone on this retreat now, and at Lone, I've gone to just I've gone to like clear my mind, pray, spend time in the Word, and just rest. So I take off all social media. And
Okay.
But you have to understand, like when I say retreat, I'm intentionally trying to like be in a spiritual space. So I'm nowhere. Like my head is nowhere near anything that's going on social media. So, but before I was heading to the retreat, so busy. We did a Josh Too Funny episode.
Yeah,
Had to like get that through. We had to, and then I'm thinking about the retreat, how I'm gonna do all these type of things. I'm planning the whole thing. So my head wasn't even a Goodies episode, and I knew from editing the last episode, I knew that the next week was supposed to be John Connors. Is a big one, But
Yeah.
those type of things, natural human error, slipped out on my mind. I forgot, and so on the Monday, say I'm just praying, wherever it is. My brother's calling me, bear. He's just ringing my phone. I'm like, bro,
I'm trying to pray, bro.
I'm trying to talk to
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
And he's just ringing me, and I'm like, bro, what's the story, man? So around like 6:30, 7, Goodies episodes was supposed to come out.
See many Mondays, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, what's going on? He goes, bro, you messed up. I was like, what happened? He goes, yeah, Goody.
And everything just lands.
Yeah, everything. I was like, oh, and I felt terrible. And obviously, I know that was a big episode for Goody as well. And he was like, promote. I felt terrible. So, but that's one of those ones that you just
It was a good episode too. I listened to it.
Brilliant episode. I think it's his best episode.
Yeah. Because sometimes I would like, obviously you podcast as well. When people come on and know how to talk and it just makes it
Your
so
job
much
easier.
You're just there.
Well,
like,
I think Goody
passive.
himself like has improved massively.
Massively, yeah. We said it to him here. We're like, you can just have conversations. Stop saying like this is
Just
a deep
this
one.
transition, yeah.
This one's a deep one. This one's not a funny one. I said stop apologizing to people. Stop giving. We said it to him when he was
you
here.
said it.
Yeah, so stop doing disclaimers, man.
Thank you so much, boys. Like we come into this type of environment and we just flip and talk.
Yeah.
Boys, yeah.
Whoever likes it, likes it.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have to let you know like, boys, this is gonna be a deep one, or this is. I'm trying to do this. Just do it. Do you know what I mean?
You don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
But we told them a lot of his side that listen, a lot of them aren't familiar with podcasts.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are looking for
Entertainment.
because we noticed the contrast between his first season and his second season.
Yeah, 100%.
It was the heavy hitters. He was going for Smoke with Fabi D,
Yeah, for sure.
Congo Boy, all of them. That's what certain people love. But they have to understand, like, these guys have range. So it's like they don't have to explain to you that this is going to be a deep one.
Yeah.
You just have to see
Just
the
give
range.
them the deep one.
Yeah.
As
Just,
podcasters, we can see the range. But some people
For
are like,
sure.
oh, what's this? Who's fucking talking? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
but,
come on.
but you know what it is, like controversy sells, sex
100%.
sells,
Yeah,
beef
yeah.
sells. Like that's always going to be the things that sells.
That's
Like
that's where you might not gonna get your core following and your core. When we were starting podcast, I studied how to do podcasts.
What podcast would you look at to you study?
Oh, I never listened to a podcast. I never listened to a podcast before I did podcast. I just studied how to.
Okay.
Like, so the people on YouTube saying like this is how to do a podcast, and I'm like okay, but then the main thing they were giving me wasn't anything I used.
Yeah.
But the things that, like the background behind it, they were saying like, if you are authentic, build a core following, well, it's easier to sell to those people than YouTubers.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because these people devote an hour and a half, 2 hours each week to listen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you tell them come to the live show, they're like, of course, bro. I feel like we're best friends.
Like people
Yeah.
meet, like literally, I can meet you and talk about your mom.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've listened to
Right.
2
Yeah.
hours of you.
Do you know
It's
what I
like,
mean?
We
Yeah.
can talk about this now.
So
That was me with like Joe Budden. If they said they were coming to Dublin, I was there tomorrow.
you're there. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
so I feel like that's what we have to understand as podcasters. Like being ourselves is like the people that love us are eventually like they're always going to like put their money where their mouth is and all these type of things. They're always going to reach out and invest in you because they've spent so much time with you, not who you're trying to be or who you're pretending to be. Just be yourself.
and that's the thing. Like you can't go out of style, but that controversy can.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's one of those situations where it's like, if we just come in there and be us, people are going to be like, That's just it, man.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
for
And then
sure.
they'll and like for me, I'm the opposite. I didn't research how to do podcasts.
I listened to
listened to an
podcasts.
ungodly amount of podcasts.
Same.
Like ungodly amount of
Same, yeah.
podcasts.
Now I listen to lots of podcasts, but I didn't
Yeah.
before.
You know what's funny? Now I
listened to
listen
so
to
many.
less podcasts than I did before.
Now I listen to even more because,
Yeah.
especially, I try to engage more within the Irish content,
It's
like with the
good,
music, the podcast. Because I want the people who are gonna meet them or gonna see them in places. I'm gonna want them on my podcast. So I want to also give the time to actually like let me take in what they're putting out. If I don't fuck with it, then I don't fuck with it. Like
100%.
drill isn't my thing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll still listen to Mia Khalifa and be like, this is cold.
Cold.
It's not my thing, but I
And
try
it's-
more,
yeah.
actively try more to engage with Irish
It's
content.
good the space that we're in as well, but
Yeah.
it's like we're a space where like even the main character event that's coming up, like that's obviously we're supposed to be in it as well, but like the whole like us being together and people seeing us together, again, bro, if we are winning, then everyone else is supposed to win. Like that's how it's supposed
If
to
an
be.
industry is created with one, and they'll have a trickle on effect.
It has to.
It's just it happens everywhere.
It has
Like,
to, show me.
if one person's do it, it will happen.
And that's why
naturally.
that's why I tell anybody who's doing podcasts. When people tell me they want to do podcasts, I'm like, come on, bro, I have a studio. Let's do it because, bro, if you could just be consistent enough over a period of time, bro, that thing would move.
That's the thing I've seen with podcasts and gym. Just keep going, you keep putting the work in. You see the muscles gaining, you see the numbers going up. So I think I don't have anything to charge to the game.
I actually
today.
have something else to charge to the game.
Yeah.
Some girl tried to scam me today.
Oh yeah, scam. Well, you've been going through it.
I mean, you don't get charged the game if she got you.
Well,
You clocked her from early.
yeah, brother, this is what
He
happened.
just
Yeah,
used to getting bumped.
this girl followed me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, look at the picture, you cute. Follow back.
Okay.
Requested. As soon as it said it accepted, I get a DM
Okay.
instantly.
Yeah.
It's a picture. Let me
Yeah,
show
see,
you.
he's a sucker for a pretty face.
Let me-
So
let me-
you're only
let
funny
me
about
even show
having
you.
Pretty face.
And then she had the most Congolese name as well, man. Most
Where is
Congolese.
it? Where is it? Look, so it's like first thing, riddle.
that one's-
Riddle. If you get this riddle right, you win £800.
Oh. On a PayPal thing.
Bro, DM me your paper, babes. I was like, keep it. She's like, what? I was like, keep it. She's like, why? You don't need the money. I was like, I actually don't. I was like, oh, maybe you think it doesn't work. I was like, buy tickets to the live show.
Yeah.
all of a sudden, stop replying.
Anyways,
Songs of the week.
songs of the week. What song have I been listening to this week? What song you played this week? You were out of way at the retreats, innit?
I'm listening to Jesus music, boys.
Yeah, give us the
Give
Jesus
us the
music.
Jesus music. What's the name of the song?
I'm enjoying at the moment, personally, Maverick City. Let me find the song. My phone. Yeah, but Maverick City, Too Good to Not Believe. Really good song.
I'm listening to Cello Dublin. I actually only really listened to it a couple of days ago. That nigga cold.
He's really.
Oh, Celo's cold. Celo's stupid
No,
cold.
he's a star.
Mine is I haven't even listened to the full song, but that the Banjan Officer sample,
Yeah, it's crazy.
the level is very high right now. So shout out to them boys. Shout out to them boys.
Thames replay. Listen to that. That's just
song as
that's just a bop. Like, that's just
Anyways.
serious bop. Yeah.
KD, I told my missus KD's coming on the pod. She thought it was Kevin Durant, so she'll be just very disappointed when she sees this. If you made it to the end of the pod and you didn't like anything that KD said, well, you can charge that to the game. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, boys.